Hello everyone, welcome back to Spar&Brawl. Hope you're having a decent day. So as always, I'm joined by my co-host Sam and we have a few Iran updates. We just talked about in a separate video about a few incidents that have happened in Iran over the past week. So make sure to go check those out if you're interested. But Sam, now we're going to do nuclear talks. Sorry, as usual, the upcoming election and a funny slash interesting tweet by Max Blumenthal. So why don't you start us off with the latest on the nuclear talks in Vienna?
Sure. The latest round, the fifth round of talks just ended, and it's just very strange, basically, the development that's going on. That's all I can say, because you had the Iranian president basically saying that 2 days ago that the deal is basically done, but all other sources have basically denied that. They said no, there's still work to be done, Americans and other sources. And he got a bit of a ridicule from all the analysts that he might not be even in the loop anymore, or he might just be talking for the sake of talking. But you did have the lead negotiator of Iran saying that the differences that do remain are not unresolvable. So that was his last comment on the talks after the latest round. And you had the European negotiator, Mr. Maro, if I'm not mispronouncing his name. He said that Europeans are hoping the next round will be the last round, and they're just working out details and technical issues, and that's taking a long time. And the fact that the Iran and US are negotiating indirectly, that's not helping the process going faster as well. A lot of people in Iran are following I mean, we get to the Iranian presidential elections in a bit, but I mean, we covered the announcement of the list of the approved candidates by the Guardians Council and all that. A lot of people are thinking that maybe Iran kind of prefers now for the deal to happen after the presidential elections or after the next president comes in. At the same time, you can imagine Rouhani just pushing with whatever power he has left to have it done before he leaves office, just to leave a slightly better legacy for himself. But yeah, so who knows? At this point, Iranian analysts are mostly very negative about the prospect of a deal before the presidential election in Iran. But the foreign reporters and the foreign analysts are somewhat more positive about about the prospect of it.
So the election is in like 15 days. When is the next round of talks? Does it start on Monday or do you know of nuclear
Uh,
talks?
I mean, he said next week in the report I read. It said next week, so I would assume Monday, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nothing else about the nuclear talks really, right?
No,
And
not really.
the Americans haven't commented. They haven't said anything recently.
No, no, there are all these reports that America is willing to do this, but there was some worry about the Iran. There was a bit of a spat between Iran and the Atomic Agency, actually, that Iran had 16 times the allowed levels of uranium, and the Atomic Agency issued a sort of a letter saying that that's not allowed, blah blah blah. Then Iran sent a letter saying we have done more than enough to be transparent and all that. So there was a bit of a spat there, but no, nothing substantial, really.